Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Radden. Forms of therapy, you're not crazy, it just seems that way. It's been a crazy few days for me so far. I mean, for starters, we're having a new shower put in, it's still not finished. And, well, take a look at this footage. It's cold, it's very cold. Good old snowy Swindon. We don't get much snow, but when we do, oh, yeah, it may be beautiful to look at, but it doesn't take you long to freeze. For this video, I wanted to talk about an experience I had with a scammer. Now, this was on Facebook. It was a guy who claims that he's made quite a lot of money from buying gold watches for about £1,000 or so each, and then selling them on for up to 10 grand. One of the questions I asked him was, isn't that ripping people off? If you're buying the gold for £1,000, but then selling them on to other people for up to 10 grand, aren't you ripping people off? He didn't answer. He dodged the question and said I was being stubborn. I have a very deep thinking, logical, analytical mind as an introvert. So yes, I'm going to ask deep questions like that before I get into business like that with anyone, if I do get into business with anyone. I need to know things like that. Is it ripping people off? He didn't answer, he just accused me of being stubborn, I believe. I then asked him, well, can we do Zoom chat? Can we talk about this face to face? So I know that the person I'm talking to is the person in the pictures. Can I actually see you? And his reply was, could you get me an iTunes card? And I said, wait a minute, you want me to give you money for an iTunes card? He said, yes. And then I asked him, wait, if you apparently make all that money from your investments in the business you're in, why would you need me to pay for your iTunes card? A logical question, no? Again, he didn't answer. He dodged it. At this point, I definitely wasn't interested in investing in him because he wasn't giving me straight answers to good questions, logical questions. So he got in touch with me again, asked me if I was willing to invest, and I said, no, I'm not. When I asked him why he couldn't pay for the iTunes card, he said, and I'm not joking here, his company would not give him access to his money. Okay, all that money he's supposedly made, promising me that I could be rich very quickly by doing the same investments that he's made in his company. And he claims that the reason he can't buy an iTunes card or top up an iTunes card is because his company will not allow him to touch his money, his own money. That makes no sense. Anyway, I told him that makes no sense. And once again, he accused me of being stubborn. And then I told him that I was very wary of scammers. Notice I didn't accuse him of being a scammer. I just said I'd been very wary of scammers because some had already tried to scam me in the past. And he then became rude to me, swore at me. I won't say what he said because that's not relevant. But then he made the claim that he wasn't a scammer and he was raised in America. Now this brings up a few other things that's wrong with this picture, ladies and gents. For starters, he had now begun to play the victim, which I could see from a mile away. The other problem was, what exactly does him being raised in America have to do with the situation of being scammed? What does it have to do with my questions about what I want to know before getting into business with him? Nothing, because scammers are everywhere. They're not just in America. Anyway, by this point, this guy had dug himself into such a deep hole that he may as well have ended up in China. In fact, he was given off enough red flags, more red flags than the Chinese parade. No offense to the Chinese. And on top of that, he swore at me, insulted me. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gents, but when you're a businessman and you're trying to get a potential client or business partner, you never, and I mean never ever, insult them. I mean, Hollywood does that all the time with potential customers of their movies. They do that all the time. That's why they're going bankrupt, or, well, not completely, but they're losing a lot of business. Disney have lost billions because people keep unsubscribing from Disney Plus because of all the gaslighting and insults they've been giving to the fans. Right? But last time I checked, if you want good business deals, if you want clients and people to work with you or for you, you never insult them. So by this point, this guy had completely lost anyway. So I just told him, all right, look, you're not treating me with any respect whatsoever. And on top of that, you refuse to answer any of my straightforward questions. And I blocked him. It's his problem, but this is just one example of the type of thing that scammers can pull. And later on, when I talked with someone else I knew about it, they said, yeah, these people, they will read from a script, they will claim to be from America or whatever. They will try and guilt trip you, that kind of thing. Fortunately, I didn't fall for it. Hopefully I won't again in the future. But ladies and gents, just an example of why you need to be careful online. And I thought it'd be an interesting experience to share with you. Anyway, hopefully I'll have another video coming soon. In the meantime, take care. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe to my content. All the best.